hopefully this should sound fine.
Hopefully we're not too close to one another.
Yeah, I think we'll be okay. Let me know if we sound weird, and I can adjust. I just... Shell's sitting on the comfy couch, and I was sitting on my computer chair. And I just needed... Oh, some butt cushion. That's good stuff. Also, thank you... let's see... Nanite Hound, for the 8-month resub. This looks nice. How are you two doing? I read that as, how are you two dog?
Oh.
Hey! Good spotting. I was not paying attention.
Fancy ritual
stone.
Oh, they have... How many of these instruments have been firestones at this point?
Everything burns.
The Yanrana used to carefully prepare the dead on a raft made out of dried weed and wood. Probably like dried reeds and wood, and decorated with feathers, animal skin, and bones. The raft was sent down the eternal river and set ablaze to allow the spirit to leave the body and enter into the Ember Palace, which is often found depicted as the sun rising behind a monumental pyramid.
Is that you? Seems like you started to have a lot of followers. I wonder what you're up to.
Planning an assault. Oh, left. Let's look up this way. Mushroom!
I think that's where I came from. And yeah, I don't see anything else here.
Okay. This is very pretty music.
Yeah, it's a lot of acoustic, a little bit of strings,
Like
definitely
piano.
some piano. I like just the round hills in the distance. It's just kind of a nice shape.
And the palace is most definitely in the distance. We just have to progress onwards.
Yeah, so they most definitely are probably going after it. I'm a little disappointed with the animal variety in this game, if you've noticed.
We'll see if there's more. Here's fish. This will probably be the manner by which we get to explore this lake.
I was just hoping, seeing as this is kind of clearly Mayan or Peruvian or something, that we might get a, an alpaca.
Well, there was the totem.
Oh, I'm not actually supposed to go that way.
Really? Then where? Oh, underground tunnel?
Yeah, looks like it.
Ooh. Probably a sewer, if you think about it. Something that they built up to deposit water. What's at the top? Can you jump? Well, not what I had in mind, but yeah, it's
just underground. It's a hallway. It's a hallway to life.
Wait,
for
because
fish.
well, were these halls and everything had flooded like what was discussed before, or
Yeah, this whole place has started to flood. Probably as the irrigation systems break down and whatnot. Making a character in a game. All the names you can think of are taken. Anyone have a good name for a female sorceress? People are suggesting Cassie as a name. I mean, at that point, call her Castelia. Because that... At least you have, like, a little bit of a thinly veiled, like, I came up with a legitimate name. Sure, it's just, like, cast, and then kind of you girlify it, but still counts. What?
oh, lost.
Fish?
Okay, what about fish? Spend a bunch of time underwater. Nah, the thing about coming up with various fantasy names and such is, yeah, you look on the internet and someone else has, more often than not, already come up with it. What's worse is if it's used as a character in another prominent series or something. And the thing is, people have... there are also more generic fantasy names that might have roots in mythology. Oh, a strange pipe. They must really like Nintendo, don't they?
A pipe and a mysterious one. It kind of makes
me want to explore hidden areas. Yeah, I think it need to be translated and...
Yeah.
Where was the studio?
I actually don't know. I'll
have to look that up.
Yep. Definitely not the US. I remember that one when I was looking up. Because they delayed it and I was trying to figure out why it had been delayed.
Look at these sewers.
Ah.
Can you believe how people built all this?
I knew there were sewers. The poor fish.
This fish is going places it never dreamed of going. Powered by a somewhat malicious fox spirit.
Wolf.
Sorry, wolf spirit. That has a serious thirst.
I'm just imagining it scraping scales off its side and slowly drying out and suffocating.
Oh, mushroom.
Wander, please put the fish back in the water.
1 second, this fish is going to collect a mushroom for me. I just can't believe I can do this.
Mm-hmm.
And the fish is fine.
Yep.
Good fish. Wander, you are a cruel person. Look, if I found out that this fish, as long as I'm possessing it, will not suffocate, I will take it on a journey. Probably blow its poor fishy brain. And, you know, it'll never be the same, but you know what, whatever. It's the most interesting thing that'll ever happen to it.
But what were we discussing earlier?
Spellcaster names?
Oh, just names in general.
Whee! Oh.
Yeah, I've come up with some pretty crazy names for... Oh, mushroom. For alien species and planets and such.
Beneath Kilotasi. Let's
And
hurry.
I've...
show you the city.
I have managed to make a couple that have never been used before. But what really annoys me are words, if you really want a cool name that's a single syllable. A single syllable. You know what I'm getting at?
Mm-hmm.
Very, very short names. If you want to make a short name, more often than not, A, it's already been used before, or B, it's been used as an acronym for a company or something.
Mm-hmm.
Uh...
I am FBI the Wizard.
but that's not... That's not a single syllable.
Flea.
This is Kilotasi, the mother city. Birthplace of the Yanrana, our people. Our home. Our pride. Wolf, I think I lived here. Maybe we can find out more about me here as well.
Mm-hmm. He lived here.
Kilotasi. It still is pretty impressive, isn't it? Thousands of people used to live in this place. Can you believe that? There has to be loads to learn here. Let's look around a bit.
Now I just want to play a gnomish wizard called FBI. Like, his initials would be FBI. Like, Frederick...
Well, he'd probably be... Finis... Beldrum... Espatio.
Yeah. And he's paranoid to a fault.
Finis Bildrum Espatio.
Yeah.
I just came up with that.
Well, Finis Bildrum Espatio. You know, I'm gonna write that down. Give me a second.
Finis Bildrum Espatio. Espatio, it has to be I.
Yeah. Of course, Finis gets autocorrected to Finish, but whatever. I'm just gonna put that in my note list. But yeah, just like his initials are FBI. It mostly specs into clairvoyance and spying spells and telepathy and whatnot. He's very secretive. He doesn't trust other people.
People are saying, what about CIA? The evil brother.
Camwell.
Camwell?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if it's an evil twin, he's probably Camwell Espatio.
Aldous or something.
Yeah.
Aldeminius. Aldeminius. Diminius. That would work because gnomes are diminutive.
Mm-hmm. Wait, what was Aldeminius?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're half brothers, but also twins.
That's why their names are switched about.
They're half twins. How does that work?
Wait, what? That can't work.
Oh.
Wait a minute, no, it can work. I saw a video once, and it was a woman, and she went on to the, kind of Maury-esque Who is the Father show business, and there were these two dudes.
I mean, those are fake. Those are 100% fake.
But, okay, regardless of whether or not it's fake, there has been precedence for something like this happening, where a woman ovulates two eggs at the same time. That's how you end up with fraternal twins as opposed to identical twins. It's when two eggs are fertilized rather than just one that splits. But it was an instance where a mother had relations with two men in such close proximity to one another that two different eggs were fertilized by two different fathers, and therefore you had twins growing in the same womb, different placentas and such, and, separate from one another with different fathers, but born at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of business. So that's how you get half twins.
Mm-hmm. All right, there we go. I like this complicated backstory we're already putting together for a completely irrelevant character.
Someone's coming up with a different version where it's... Oh, no, I don't... That one's sketchy, too. But then they'd be cousins in that instance.
They'd be cousins, not half-twins.
They'd be cousins if
they'd be genetically half-twins.
If the mothers were identical, someone had suggested that a man had two children by twin sisters.
Simultaneously. Yeah, no one would be the wiser for that, but boy. Boy, that would take some finagling to pull off.
How do we get onto this? Was because of the whole FBI and CIA gnomish business?
Well, you were talking about three-letter names, and I thought of a gnomish wizard with the name FBI.
Yes, but that's not a one-syllable
I know!
letter name.
But it could be his initials.
Mm-hmm.
Right, just be aware.
'Cause
you might receive some notes signed FBI in a future D&D campaign.
Oh, yeah, cousins. They would have to still have the same father. You're right. But they would be half-siblings with a closer... How does that... Not that... Genetically, they would be...
Yeah.
If the mothers were identical.
I mean, realistically, they'd be half-siblings. Not... Because...
They still wouldn't be...
Yeah, they wouldn't be twins. Because one woman can have a fair range of characteristics in their children. I mean, take a look at my brother and I. You know, full-blooded siblings, but we look pretty different.
Mm-hmm.
Big plate. The kind of plate that would be filled with delicious treats for big celebrations when there is still an abundance of food. Before everyone died. I went on an adventure.
Wait, so then... Okay, so going back to the whole, like, cousins business. But what happens if you have two sets of identical twins that end up having children with... you know what I'm getting at? Mm-hmm. Where two twin brothers marry twin sisters.
They would be genetically siblings. If two twins marry two twins and have kids, all of their kids are genetically similar enough to be considered siblings.
Even the ones that are technically cousins.
Mm-hmm. Rubber ball. Very popular ball game amongst the Yanrana was the ball game played with two teams on a small court. The goal was to shoot the ball through a small hole. What the duck?
Oh, yes. There goes the pink fairy armadillo. So, what do you think led to the downfall of the civilization? The rebellion...
Plague.
Oh, right. There was a plague.
I think there was a plague.
But then there was also...
which led to the emperor getting assassinated and the...
And then there was just unrest.
Yeah. Probably. Why can I ferry armadillo here? There's nothing here.
Yeah, there wasn't even a mushroom. That's unfortunate. Oh, maybe you have to become a fish to reveal it. Oh, but you can't howl for it. Can't... Wait.
The fish just fishes at it.
Oh, she's sneaking in. Oh, jump.
You were planning something. Something secret by the looks of it.
I ain't planning shit. I'm a fish.
Definitely a means to off the Emperor, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Grappling hook.
Must have been used for climbing. What were you planning to climb?
The main tower.
Ugh.
Probably right into the Emperor's bedchambers. Okay, now you'll have to depart.
I mean, I could take the fish around.
Wait, were you supposed to go back for that memory, or did
No,
you
I
already
got
see
that.
it? Ducks.
A lot of memories in this area. Kind of makes sense, though.
Huh. Mealtime by the looks of it.
I remember. It was a huge feast and celebration. The music and dance would go on through the whole night.
It's showing another memory spot right beyond.
Yeah, well,
So
find
there's
more
this
memory traces.
large feast, and the father is even present.
I wouldn't be
Apparently
surprised
with the
if...
stolen goods.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming
Maybe she goes after them.
drugged them or something. to knock him out.
Oh, nope. She's
Wait. I guess not everybody was celebrating. I don't remember ever seeing this side of the festival. People begging for food while the rest of us feast.
Yeah.
It's not fair.
So only the elite got to feast. My assumption is the Emperor didn't know.
perhaps. I mean, he doesn't know now because he has amnesia.
But even at the time, there's a high probability that he just had no idea this was going on. Because it's not impossible for a leader to just have no idea what's going on, and their middle management is just doing all the awful stuff. Most of the time they know, but still.
You were giving it to the poorest of the poor.
Yeah, so they were raiding the caravans, but then redistributing the goods that would have normally gone to the wealthy in the city. Hummingbird pluck tool. What is that? Oh. These tweezers look like tools that were used to carefully pluck the feathers of hummingbirds. They were considered elegant and agile, and decorations or headdresses were made out of their feathers and were extremely expensive.
Hopefully they had already passed away, because that sounds horrible.
Poor little hummingbirds. I always found it to be pretty wasteful when it came to killing several small animals. For instance, we've had Cornish game hen before, right?
Yeah.
But they're so tiny. And quail.
Mm-hmm.
And
I like quail eggs more than actual quail.
I just like eggs in general. Oh, how do we get in? Oh, possess one of the armadillos.
Was trying. It's hard to get the angle.
Oh, an achievement.
Probably forgetting a third. Oh, nope. Damage over 20 remains.
Amulet enrichment. While the amulet itself has a person's name on it, these clip-ons represent status. This one is fairly simple, so probably means it didn't belong to anyone very high up.
Pink fairy bustadillo.
Ooh,
What?
Is that a legendary armadillo? You found a legendary armadillo. So wait a minute. That wombat that I saw at the very beginning of the game that was glowing in white, that was the legendary
Yeah, so
wombat.
that was probably Enjoy's company. Lots of company. So it's just a really glowy one. I kind of wish finding the legendary would just let you shapeshift into it whenever you wanted.
Yeah, because that would add a lot of...
It would give an incentive for...
you to look around.
Yeah. I know, like, you don't need to...
Whoa, you dug through the world.
Apparently so. Uh-oh.
Legendary... It's dug too deep. I don't know if you can go to the surface, can you? Did you lose the legendary armadillo?
It's dead.
Okay.
It armadilloed too hard.
Hopefully this one is... oh, yep, it's able to just shovel its way
Yeah,
through.
it just got kind of stuck there. And then just clipped beneath. Oh well. Dig to surface.
Oh, there's a little light at the top.
Oh. Dig into tunnel. That's
Huh.
cute.
Oh, mushroom.
Seen this huge pillar? That looks like something.
Or armadillo.
Let's find a way to the top.
Oh, I guess we're going this way. Yeah, we got all those memories.
Yeah, that was the spot of the feast. More terraces and pools of water.
Yep. But yeah, so my interpretation so far is she probably assassinated the Emperor. And he's...
And maybe she ran off into the wilderness and died in a rock slide.
Yeah. Probably being chased by...
But how would the whole civilization collapse?
I mean, this could have been a very long time ago, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, maybe in the Emperor's absence, everything went to hell. You know, everybody starts fighting amongst themselves.
Oh, ooh, mushroom.
Disease is already provably an issue.
Mm-hmm. Found 30 mushrooms.
It really is, like, the exact same sound effect as the Xbox 360. I'm probably far off, but... I've only ever heard it a couple of times. It sounds super similar.
Oh, is there something on the corner? To the left?
Wait.
Right?
Wait. Wait.
Anything?
Wait.
No? No, nothing.
Gravity!
Nah! This looks like a great hall. Oh, wait. No, a jail? Wait, no, they're keeping caged animals?
Keeping wild animals in cages like that seems cruel. Looks like you were thinking the same.
What was in each one?
Wolves, I think.
Huh. Multiple wolves.
Yep. Maybe as some kind of weird twisted delicacy.
Oh. Or it was their personal pack of hounds or just some kind of menagerie. You know, how sometimes kings would have a lion or a tiger.
Detain wolves between shows.
Could be gladiator fights.
Yeah. Or something closer to
Dog
like
fights.
circuses or, yeah, dog fights. Okay, Emperor is less blameless. Probably still, like, kind of unintentionally awful. This feels very end-of-gamey for me, which is weird.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is cool.
This is the tower, this is the goal. And yes, I love the design of the architecture here. How the water flows from the top and then cascades across these rivulets. Oh, there's an object.
Let's look inside.
Judging by the things we're finding, we're probably at the halfway-ish point.
Blade of a small knife was up there.
Oh, there we go.
This knife was the only weapon allowed in the traditional Yanrana wolf against man battles. Oh yeah, wolf against man, so they were gladiator fights. Oh, there's a memory back. Back in the center. Yeah, right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, they're scaling the walls.
would have seen you. This was our holy temple.
The Holy Temple, so this isn't where the Emperor resides?
Maybe it was.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's
I mean,
both.
it could serve both a religious and a political function. Sometimes even...
The Yawar Arena. The strongest of the Yanrana would fight against wild beasts. If they survived, they were allowed. I remember watching the fights in here.
Yeah.
It was truly spectacular.
That's a shame. Yeah, I always go slow. Wait for the dialogue to cease.
Yeah, I usually do too, but was not expecting it to like double up there.
Okay.
Because so far it's been pretty good.
The Yawar Arena. The strongest of the Yanrana would fight against wild beasts. If they survived, they were allowed to join the Sinchi Guard.
Oh, so this is how they selected their warriors.
I remember watching the fights in here. It was truly spectacular, I can tell you.
Mm-hmm. So he's definitely upper class.
Mm-hmm.
I'm standing by my original theory.
Of him presiding over everything as the Emperor. Because the Emperor has been mentioned before.
Mm-hmm.
A medal, the winner of the traditional wolf against man battle, was awarded in a glamorous ceremony. And these are probably more of the holding areas.
Yeah.
Is that a wolf muzzle? Or?
Yep, wolf muzzle. Muzzle for the wolves to protect the hunters, maintaining the arena. But yeah, as far as the Emperor being holy thing goes, that's
definitely something that they would have in
a lot of cultures, god kings and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Definitely amongst pharaohs and whatnot.
I mean, even nowadays, we definitely have some dictators attempt to set themselves as this, like, kind of large...
Chosen by the gods.
Yeah, or ordained by some kind of holy purpose, or just larger than life.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe wombat.
Oh,
that's why I need it.
You need a wombat to get back there. Love how they're roly-poly.
Mm-hmm.
Bronze prize. The soldiers used to fight wolves and other wild animals in these arenas barehandedly. This trophy was given to whomever was last standing. So I wonder if we'll find a silver and a gold somewhere.
Well, no, I think the bronze is the best.
No, they said bronze was the last.
Last standing.
Oh, last standing.
That means the survivor.
The survivor. Okay.
Yeah, bronze medal, silver medal, gold medal. That's very much like a Western thing.
Yeah, Olympics and such.
Come, Roly-Poly-Roni. I've taken you away from your den, but you are going to take me further for reasons...
Ooh, this looks like the antechamber.
Goodbye, baby wombat.
The pyramid in the sun.
This was our sanctuary. The golden sun behind the Temple of Light. It depicts the natural order of the world. Humankind lifted to the sky by animals and nature, kneeling only before their great temple. Isn't it magnificent? I remember engraving this into my Turpoi dagger as a boy. How I cherished that dagger.
Yeah, this is kind of creepy.
All the animals. Let's see. Let's go around the circle before we head up.
Like, I know we are the apex predator, but, like, celebrating nature in this way has always felt wrong to me.
where humans are the masters.
Yeah, and just having...
As opposed to another facet or part. I think it's just because humans are so far removed from nature at this point. People don't have to farm or gather or raise animals themselves anymore.
I just get very weirded out whenever I see anybody celebrating hunting to this degree.
You mean trophy skulls?
Yeah.
And such.
Like, even one of the last times we went back to Minnesota to see my relatives, we
and
had
the heads, all the deer heads. I just love deer.
We had the one uncle who was talking about how proud he was to take his grandkids out hunting deer. And his grandson was like 8.
Whereas when I was little, I had deer in the backyard all the time, and I would just look out the window at them and watch them happily grazing or laying down and flicking their ears. And, you know, if they spotted me, they would raise their ears up and just look back. I can't imagine taking out a weapon and slaying them unless it was like a dire situation in which I needed food.
Yeah, like I can understand it ages ago, or if you are that poor or something like that. But like, I don't know. But like conversely, we did have my one uncle who is fairly poor, who had gone hunting, and you know what? He is also definitely a trophy hunter, but he was specifically doling out the meat to other family members for consumption. And like, at least that was kind of okay. I don't know what the other family did, but it always feels very strange to me and very uncomfortable when I see people bragging about hunting and, you know, bagging a kill and whatnot. And I feel very uncomfortable. I don't even feel comfortable always thinking about the meat in a supermarket.
Yep. Yeah, I've definitely had second thoughts about eating meat.
And, like, I've been trying to cut it down considerably. Make more vegetarian chili, switch to more eggs.
But then we buy lamb, and that's
egregious
considering we think of how they're babies. Because mutton is much too tough to be eaten. Yeah, lamb and veal. Oh.
Let's see, ammunition and weapons have to be more expensive than meat. Not really. Oh,
we had already gotten the mushroom.
Yeah.
But yeah, And it's interesting, too, how there are also the hierarchies of animals. With mammals being at the top. And then you probably have... birds over reptiles. And then reptiles over fish. And then fish over...
bugs?
Crustaceans, and crustaceans over bugs. Or maybe bugs over crustaceans. I can't necessarily... Well, actually, wait a minute. But then octopus are fairly intelligent and they're cephalopods. But most other cephalopods aren't they like slugs? And
Maybe?
such? Well, like sea slugs, like nudibranchs and other things. But I thought cephalopods had to have bone.
She made Kilotazi what it was back then. The most magnificent city in all the world. She built this temple and gathered gold and other treasures from all around the world.
Now, mollusks are the slugs and such. Or clams? Yeah. Clams.
Handcrafted gold coin. Some of the wealthier Yanrana would allow their children to carve their own symbol onto these coins, resembling this sanctuary plate for good luck and fortune.
Karpak. He was the strongest Yanrana who ever lived. No one had ever beaten him in a fight. No one but a terrible plague that killed half of the Yanranan population at the time.
So even the mightiest warriors fell to the plague.
Avidos. He was the one who laid the foundation of Kilotazi. Killed by his adversaries in the process. Chantai. She was the one who brought together all Yanran tribes to one people. She was worshipped by many and feared by even more. These four were the greatest emperors that ever lived. Without them, none of this would have been possible.
Yeah, but what kind of civilization did they help create?
Or did they just break the sun? Is that what happened here?
We'll have to see. That's what it used to look like.
Is that you with your people?
Oh. Are they going to push it down?
What are you doing?
No. No. My sanctuary. And you were caught.
Yeah, he was definitely the
You
emperor.
know what you have done. This place was holy. This was the highest form of treason. That has to be why you were cast out of the City of Light. I'm sure of it.
Does he have anything more to say?
Nope.
No? Okay. Just didn't want you to run off too swiftly.